Hockey is arguably the most physically demanding and toughest sport in the world, but it's not all serious business. Here are some of the most wholesome, fun, and emotional moments in NHL history. The pre-game skate is a prime opportunity for fans to engage with players, even with a 6-foot sheet of tempered glass separating them. These moments are extra special when there's even greater meaning for the fan, as evident here during a Hockey Fights Cancer game. It's amazing the impact such a small gesture can have. From one fan moment to another, this little guy has already mastered the art of joke telling.
Yeah? Need more of me? Hey? What's up?
Goalies are a strange breed, often keeping to themselves before games and exhibiting weird pre-game habits.
Oh, sir.
In the water down. No!
It's especially nice to see one take just a few seconds to help give this kid an experience of a lifetime. Speaking of which, the Carolina Hurricanes gave this goalie the experience of a lifetime in the 2019 to 2020 season.
3 seconds left. Here's Clifford. Stopped by David Ayres. The Carolina Hurricanes surround him.
This was a nightmare for Maple Leafs fans, but a wholesome and memorable moment for everyone else. David Ayres was far from the first emergency goalie to get into a game, but made history by becoming the first to secure a win for his team. Did we mention he was a 42-year-old Zamboni driver who had never even played high-level junior hockey? Players, coaches, and management rightfully deserve much of the credit for team success, but sometimes it's fans that ignite the spirit of the team and inspire players.
Alex Pietrangelo is a Stanley Cup champion.
That's exactly the case with Layla Anderson, the 10-year-old superfan battling a potentially fatal disease, who became a symbol of the Blues' fight and perseverance during their remarkable run to the Stanley Cup in 2019. She even got to celebrate on the ice with the team and received a championship ring.
Yeah! Woo!
Sports can be cruel, particularly hockey. Not every player deserving of a championship gets to hoist the Stanley Cup. Fortunately, life is all about second chances. Roberto Luongo is one of the best goaltenders in league history. He mostly played on bad teams throughout his distinguished career and came up short in the Stanley Cup final with the Vancouver Canucks in 2011. He finally got his day with the Cup in 2024 as a member of the Florida Panthers management and celebrated in signature Italian fashion.
Let's go, Panthers!
For all the contentious and fiery press conferences in sports, it's nice to see players and media working together to make a special moment for one special fan.
All right. Hey, Ben. How are ya?
Good.
What did you think of the game today?
Really good.
How did you think Zach Hyman played today?
Good. I think he played really good.
Thanks, Ben.
You have to respect the honesty from Ben, who doesn't hesitate to name Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl as his favorite Oilers despite sitting next to future 50-goal scorer Zach Hyman. Alex Ovechkin is likely going to pass Wayne Gretzky as the all-time leading goal scorer in NHL history. And while his goal-scoring prowess is unmatched, he doesn't get enough credit for his kindness. NHL players have the power to make a kid's day, even their life, with a simple gesture. It's almost a little infuriating to see some players pass by this kid without so much as a fist bump, but leave it to Ovechkin to make things right. Here's another special moment that NHL fans over 30 aren't likely to forget anytime soon. Mario Lemieux missed the entire 1994 and 1995 season recovering from radiation therapy to treat his cancer and was even forced to retire in 1997. He returned following a 3-year absence in December of 2000 and didn't miss a beat, setting up a goal 33 seconds into his first game back and finishing with 3 points. It's one of the most incredible comeback stories in sports history. Let's take a step back from the sappy stuff.
Rock, paper, scissors. Don't know if I like Sagan's game here. He goes to rock a couple of times. Scheifele gets him in the end. Paper.
When all else fails, sometimes you just have to settle things with a classic game of rock, paper, scissors. There's nothing more wholesome than old people crying tears of joy, and we've got that too.
There's Grandpa. I haven't seen anything that wonderful in a long time.
Making the NHL is a dream come true for many young kids, but it's often extra special for the ones that help make it possible. It doesn't always happen, but for special events, NHL teams will invite a guest to drop the puck in the ceremonial face-off. The Coyotes did things a little differently in this next clip.
Thank you, Oliver. Mark, and once again, let's hear it for Leighton Accardo.
Arizona went all out for this young fan during a Hockey Fights Cancer Night, letting him sit on the bench during warm-up and inviting him in the dressing room. He clearly gleaned some valuable lessons with his quick face-off win. Here's another reminder, however, that it doesn't take much effort for players to make a fan's day. A simple acknowledgement goes a long way. The breakaway challenge in the NHL All-Star Skills Competition was the league's poor attempt at replicating the NBA Slam Dunk Contest, with players earning points for creativity and skill. It didn't work out, but at least it gave us a few heartwarming moments.
Great guys, and Joe Pavelski and Brent Burns, and they have a little play. The goalies are fighting, and the goalies fighting. His teammates arguing over who's going to guard the crease.
This is more impressive than you might think. I can't even get my 2 kids in the car without issue, let alone orchestrate a perfect 3-on-0 with a between-the-legs drop pass to boot. What could be more wholesome than that? Oh, how about a dressing room full of tough bearded dudes singing happy birthday to their coach's dad?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you.
That's such a nice sentiment that I won't even comment on how out of tune they all are. There's nothing more special than a hug from your child, but this moment might have been even more special for Ryan Miller's parents.
Miller time, one more time as he goes up and talks to his mom and dad, and certainly good to have them there on his final game.
Miller played 18 seasons in the NHL. Watching his parents embrace him after his final game is about as wholesome as it gets. In hockey, when the puck drops, there's no friends or friendly gestures between teams. There are some exceptions, however.
And they're all going to come off the bench.
Sometimes things play out so perfectly. Henrik Sedin recording his 1,000th career point against his longtime teammate Roberto Luongo was fitting. It was extra special to see Luongo put aside his ego and show some love to his buddy. Goalies aren't always that nice, however.
Yeah, no time, you know? I don't forget. That's good. See?
Professional, right?
I mean, look at him. Oh, he did a good job this time. Everything, really?
Marc-Andre Fleury has long been known as one of the biggest practical jokers in the NHL. Who doesn't love a bit of harmless fun between former teammates? Speaking of harmless fun, Joe Thornton of the San Jose Sharks is a master at it. Lots of kids can say they've been waved at or gotten a puck from a player, but not many can say they've had water squirted at them. The NHL and its players are the best at making fans' dreams come true. In 2016, fans returned the favor to tough guy John Scott.
Everybody wanted to have at least one shift with John Scott, and there is a time
Scott, who played 286 games and scored only 5 goals, was captain of the Atlantic All-Star team in 2016 despite playing in the AHL at the time. Some argued his inclusion made a mockery of the game, but in reality, it brought out the best in the sport. From a first All-Star game to Nana's first ever game. Watch out, Nana! Stay on your feet! The NFL has the Puppy Bowl, so when are we going to get the hockey equivalent? I guess this will have to do for now. If this next clip doesn't bring a tear to your eye, you're either not a hockey fan or devoid of emotion.
Avalanche, and after 22 years, Raymond Mark!
It's customary for the captain to lift the Stanley Cup first, with a selfless act by Joe Sakic to pass the cup to Ray Bourque, who had gone 20-plus seasons without winning it, embodies the team-first culture in hockey that makes the sport so special. Didn't I mention goalies are a bit eccentric earlier? Goalies are usually battling for playing time. They might not say they want the other goalie to struggle, but it's human nature to want to be the guy. There were no signs of that with Linus Ullmark and Jeremy Swayman, who performed this ritual after every win. Hugs are cool after a win, but what about a kiss from one of hockey's greatest all-time personalities? Say what you will about Don Cherry, but the NHL is greatly missing wholesome moments like this, especially on its Hockey Night in Canada broadcasts. Even Cherry, who loved a good tussle, found this next moment wholesome. Kudos to Campbell for putting himself out there and making the first move.